Hello, hello. Hi, this is Snow City Tarot, and I'm sorry for the little break that I've kind of been on, and thanks for being patient. I've been taking care of my fiance who has COVID, and so everything has kind of been like that everything is lava game where you can't touch the ground and except everything is COVID, and I can't touch faucets or light switches. So it's kind of like that. And it's actually very time consuming to have to like go into my quarantine zone and then go back to the non-quarantine zone with like my face mask and my gloves and everything. So it's kind of been like a little bit of a mess, but I'm here today. Thank goodness. And so far so good with my health. I have not caught it, but anyway, today we have a fun topic suggested by my friend Lisa over at Arcane and Stellar. And it's going to be what manifestation or what are you manifesting in the next 3 months? So you've all been working hard, manifesting the things that you want, love, friendship, careers, money, getting in the right mindset and doing all that stuff. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to give you a look into the future and see how those manifestations are coming along? So what comes up in the reading could be exactly what you're aiming for, and for others, it could be a pleasant surprise. But this is timeless, so it'll be for any 3 months ahead, no matter when you watch this. So I have 3 options today, and if you'd like to participate, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and say, I let go of the outcome, because we want to make sure that you're getting a genuine read and not just what you want to see. And you do this a couple times until you're calm and centered. And you want to ask your guides, guardians, gods, goddesses, whoever you call upon to guide you in the right, to guide you in life. You want to ask them to guide you to the right option for you. And when you open your eyes, I want you to pick whichever option draws you to it the most. Okay. So don't pick by numbers 1, 2, or 3. Don't pick by what color you like the most, or what card you think, what deck you think it is, because they all have the same cards in them. But you want to draw to whichever one you just kind of feel pulled to, or you want to pick the one that you're feeling most drawn to, which feels more like a pull. So naturally, if you are called to more than one, you can pick more than one. And this may mean that you have more than one manifestation coming along in the next 3 months. So we'll just get started here. So this is group 1, 2, and 3, and I'll get started with group 1. Okay, group 1. So you picked this pile. I am going to be taking some tarot as well, and I might be getting some houses as well to see what topics this could be about. So let's take a look at just quickly at what the past is and the present, just real quick. So past. For group 1, past for group 1, please. And their manifestations, past. We've got 6 of Cups, Page of Wands, and where are they at currently? Four of Cups. Okay, I feel like you might be, okay, so in the past you did have, it looks like you have some goals here. It looks like you might be trying to reunite with somebody. You might have been trying to manifest even maybe like a message from somebody from the past even. And that was your main goal, perhaps. This could have been a friend. This could be anybody, really. Can I get another card for the past? 2 of Swords. Yeah, okay. And 4 of Cups, High Priestesses. That's where you're at now. So, I think that the energy that you're in right now is sort of like I feel like it's skeptical. Like maybe you're not even sure if these manifestations are happening. It seems like you might be kind of new to this process, perhaps, and that you're not totally sure if you're doing things correctly. You don't know if you're self-sabotaging maybe, because I see this High Priestess here. And the 4 of Cups is like, I feel like you might be kind of wondering if maybe things aren't really coming in for you. I wanted to get that house though. There we go. So what area of life is group 1 trying to manifest in? 9. So 9. This is a very spiritual one as well. So I was thinking this could be trying to reconnect with the past loved ones, like those who have actually passed on, or trying to connect with your spiritual leader, your spiritual guide, things like that. So you might actually be trying to manifest more spiritual things into your life. And it looks like in the past, like maybe you were seeing that you needed more guidance with making decisions, perhaps, or more guidance on what to say or what to do or the right path to go on. You really might have been trying quite hard to, log in to this higher energy to give you guidance and give you the things that you're not able to give yourself. And currently, though, it may feel like things are kind of on pause, like things aren't just maybe not manifesting. So you're kind of here with just a little bit of doubt, thinking that maybe I overthought it. Maybe I'm too connected to it. Maybe I haven't been able to drop the outcome. How come, it really looks like you're overthinking with all of this. And the two of Pentacles is a very busy mind, very busy. High Priestess is also a bit of mystery into things. And Four of Cups is also a busy mind, in my opinion. Because it does talk about sitting and thinking a little bit too much, daydreaming a little bit too much, that sort of thing. So it does seem like you had a goal to begin with, and it's like almost like you're here now and you're not even sure if that's the direction you want to go in anymore, or something along those lines. Let me take a look though and see what you're actually manifesting then. So let me get these guys out of the way. So what we're looking at is, so these are my synchronicity cards. They're kind of new, and we're going to go with these two here. So these are kind of cool because you get to pick from the options on the card, right? And then you look for how many similarities that they have, and then there's like a message in that. But it looks like you only have 2 similarities here, and it's the quill. So what you're manifesting, what's coming in the next 3 months, may have to do with creative force. It could have to do with writing or some kind of expression. This is a very like how to describe it, because the quill can also be kind of like a phallic symbol, and that's kind of like what we're talking about when it comes to creation. Like it could be like a brand new idea, conception or something like this that we are looking at. We've also got prosperity begins, ride the wave. And then we also have purse. It says pay attention to your finances, career, and mule. You have been like in this for the long haul. Whatever you're manifesting right now. And this may not be related to your immediate manifestations, but let's see if this could be related. What house is this located in? What's actually coming in? The 10th house. So, 9th house stuff could be happening still, because 9th house is your connection with God, your connection with the higher beings, deities, things like that. And even may have to do with, higher purpose, your dreams, a little bit of divination, a little bit of mysticism in there as well. And your guides, your gurus, teachers, stuff like that. And you may be using the 9th house to get to the 10th house. So we've got 10th house being career, and like how you're seen and your reputation and all these things. So these things you might have been working towards, and you may be trying to get towards those things using a spiritual vehicle, basically. And for the most part, I think that this is actually happening for you. I do think that you are looking towards some change or beginnings when it comes to your career within the next 3 months. I do have this Ride the Wave card, and I'll be straight honest with you. I do not use the Enchanted Map Oracle cards as much as I like to, even though I do use them. I can't remember all the meanings. Every Oracle deck is different, so it's like very hard to just pick one up and be able to use it. But this says you can be assured that you are entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned, and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all your talents coupled with your hopes and dreams will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. So, and it says right now, success is easy and effortless. I believe this to be true as well. And it actually might be very straightforward in this way, because it really just looks like, you've been doing the work. You've been doing your best at, maybe gratitude is a big thing, or maybe you're somebody who really engages in prayer, and maybe you're trying to do that every day. It really looks like you've picked up some kind of spiritual habits that are healthier, and they're taking you towards, where you want to go. And what's interesting is it's like you may not actually be focusing on the 10th house so much. Maybe at one point you really were. You were focusing on that 10th house stuff, like career, like, oh, I gotta have it. But instead of focusing directly on what you want, you're taking a more indirect approach, maybe, and you're actually focusing on, well, if I improve myself, then I improve everything else. So you might not be really going at it, in this really forceful, straight, direct way, and you're kind of like, it's like you're asking for something else. Oh shoot, I had this thought in my head. It's like you want something from your mom, so you go to your dad to ask for help for him to maybe change her mind or persuade her. So that's like kind of what it's like, is you're going at it from a different angle like this. Because I do see that there could have been a lot of stress with your career, because we have this pay attention to finances. And we also have someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. This could in some ways mean that maybe you've been very stubborn about getting what you want, or you might have been very stubborn in changing the way that you change your mindset. Together, we do have a lack mentality with this, I would say, being too stubborn to see that maybe your finances are not as bad as you think. But it says, but there could also be that maybe you could also be too stubborn to, take a look at what the real situation is. Some people avoid looking at their finances because like maybe it's too scary for them. But this might be something where you actually look at it now and you're like, oh, hey, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. I was really avoiding it, but maybe, I didn't realize that, I'm actually not doing too badly. So that's what I see with this. So let's see here. Any more messages on abundance, or the abundance coming in, the manifestations coming in for group 1? Any more messages about this? The Sun. The 7 of Cups. Just give me a flyer. Thank you. The 6 of Cups again. So it really looks like your original goal is going to be met, even though you've maybe taken a detour or a different way around it, because we got the Sun, the 7 of Cups, and that 6 of Cups. So it's like almost like it really seems like you had a lot of stuff that you needed to work on, and that you're going to unlock some sort of, unlock some universal secret, or something is finally being released out of some kind of like cosmic constipation, energetic backups. And it kind of looks like you're going to be getting what you originally set out to do here with the 6 of Cups. And I'm going to be seeing as well with the 7 of Cups, there may be even more options than you actually originally intended for. And that's really quite interesting, because it's like once you shift the way that you like think or feel, that things kind of really just open up for you. And the Sun is like it's like you have access to yourself again. And it's like almost a freeing sort of sense, because it's like you may have existed as a struggle. Like you might have been struggling for so long that you became your struggle. That's all you did. You woke up and thought about it. You went to bed and thought about it. You did everything. And, everything in your day was just the struggle. And it's like, maybe your manifestation or what you're trying to aim for is just to not even, not trying to let that struggle get you down, might actually have been the winning combination, because the more you ruminate on it, maybe the more you can't escape it. And it's like, you can look at that as law of attraction. You could also just look at that as psychology. You can't exist in that mindset forever, because it doesn't make room for anything else. And so I'm thinking that this is saying that the manifestations are coming in. What you want is on the horizon. And it's going to be not just freeing up your worry, freeing you from worry and things like that. It's freeing you from, it's like you may have locked your personality or you locked yourself away, because it's like, what right do you have to be happy when you're not up to somebody's standards? Maybe you're not up to society's standards. You're not working the job that you're supposed to work, or your family is still judging you for your choices, or, things like that. And it's like, you may have just become those judgments or that criticism. And I think that with this, everything is going to be like opening wide up for you. So I did take a card for advice for the next 6 months, or not 6 months, I'm sorry, the advice in the meantime for the next 3 months as these things kind of come together. And you got the forgiveness card, and it says, I acknowledge the harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And I think that's kind of the big thing. It's like, I don't see them suggesting you do anything more than what you're already doing. Now, if you look at the bottom, it says that resentment blocks the flow of love, that sort of thing. It's saying that the resentments that you hold maybe towards the situation or towards yourself for not being perfect enough to have all the answers, that once you release that and accept that, no, you're not perfect, and you were made perfectly imperfect, and that you can forgive yourself for whatever you think that you have done. And it's like, you may not even need forgiveness, but in your mind, you may need forgiveness. You might not have actually done anything wrong other than not meet your own expectations. And that's saying that you need to kind of get in this mindset where you are a little bit easier on yourself, because you could be quite brutal probably. If you're not, you might be a perfectionist even. You could be really, you probably go easy on people. You don't expect much from them. But for some reason, you are like the biggest hard ass on yourself. And it's, and that's part of the reason why you're dragging yourself down maybe. And that's why you're trying to get out of that. And I do see that you are getting out of that. And the only advice for you right now is just to continue on. Honestly, if we had advice here, it would only further might even further these false illusionary thoughts that you need to continue perfecting yourself, because it's saying, no, you're doing the work. You know that you're not perfect. You're kind of accepting that you don't have all the answers. Your life didn't come with a manual after all. How the heck are you supposed to know? And that you're going to just kind of like, all you have to do is cruise. Just be fine. Just continue trying to stay out of these mindsets. Continue your spiritual rituals, whether it's, magic or prayer or, gratitude journals or, things like that. Continue with that because it's working. And you'll see very soon that all this hard work that you're doing is going to pay off. And the best part about it is it's not just when this happens, it's confirmation. So it's something that has continuous returns, because not only is it showing you that, yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel, but there are rewards that continue on and on and on. You have a better understanding about how life works and how the universe works and things like that. And you're going to just, there's going to be just so much more that continues to come from this. So this looks excellent. Group 1, if you want to get a private reading with me, you can contact me on my Etsy shop. It's down in the description box below. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to thank you all for watching. We're going to move on to Group 2. Hi, Group 2. So this is your reading. I'm going to start off with a little bit of an explorational look at what's going on with you currently, and then we'll be taking a look at the oracle cards when I'm finished with that. So let's take a look at just the past and the present to see where you're at right now. Where is Group 2 at in the past? Please, where were they at in the past that started their manifestation journey? What started their manifestation journey? The Empress, 7 of Wands. That was the first one. And then what is the present for them right now? That's the present energy that they're in. Okay. Wow, I like this actually. This is not bad. That where you're currently at is not bad. I'll get into that in just a second, but I want to take a look though at the potential area that this might be surrounding. Okay, this may not be for everybody. These are general readings, so this might be too specific. But if not, the message is still for you. It just means that you can omit this part. Okay, so let's get an idea of what the area of life group 2 is trying to manifest in. Oh, hello. I haven't seen it yet. I was just tossing it around. 7, relationships, perhaps. So this can be in a couple ways. This can be business partnerships. This can be romantic relationships. Marriage is a big one as well. So you don't have to be single. You might just be trying to manifest a marriage. And that's what we could be seeing here as well. If you're female, this can be saying that, or female identifying, this can say that this might be you as a wife or a mother in some sort of way. But this can also be a manifestation of friendship as well. 7th house has a lot of meanings there. So you've got Queen of Swords, Empress, and the 7 of Wands for your past energy. I do see you perhaps very clearly knowing what you want. There's also this aspect of literal abundance, like money coming in, that sort of thing. And the 7 of Wands, you'll do anything to get it. And I think that you probably approach this in a very healthy way. I don't think that you're coming into this from a dark space. Like I felt like group 1 might have been a little bit more dark space that they're coming out of. But this is like very clearly strategically done. So you might be somebody who manifests already, like somebody who really follows law of attraction, somebody who really does that type of work. You might actually be, more of like to do your spell work or ritualistic work, stuff like that. So it's like, I feel like you kind of are in a power where you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I mean, so you could be like, oh man, this is kind of what I did last year is sort of wearing off now. I guess I have to revive my intentions. What is it do I want? So that's what I'm seeing here. It's very clear what you want, and it's like you're also aware of what's ahead of you, because the 7 of Wands is like, it's like this person is up against the 6 other wands, right? They're totally aware of what is ahead. They know where they're going. They've been there before almost. And look at that. Like they're up here on the cliff here that she's headed towards. So yeah, you are headed in the direction that you're aware there's a battle ahead. It doesn't have to be a real battle, but it's like, the pitfalls, how to keep your intentions straight. You have it all down. And so your present energy is a pretty good representation of this. We have you again in a very elevated, masterful type of energy, because the Empress is all of the queens combined. She's like the perfected royalty here, the perfected queen. And so the Emperor is all the kings combined. So perfected king. So I feel like this is simply saying that you are still existing in this energy. You have this amazing ability to kind of like set the intention and then just walk away. You're a set it and forget it kind of person, because you're experienced. I really sense you have a lot of experience in this. And so you're heading out, you're just, come what may, you're kind of in this mindset of if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. If it does come, great. But there is this sense of faith in the process that you have already done this. You have the process mastered, and you're kind of like, yep, it's coming. And it's like, you may look like you're going to be walking off this cliff here, but it's like you have total faith that once you do walk off the cliff, that you'll be caught. Somebody's going to catch you in their hands, so you don't have the sensation of the floor dropping out, if you've ever kind of, when you were little, if you've ever been in a pool, if you're a swimmer, you would go from the shallow end and then you'd kind of keep walking and the water would get higher and higher and higher. And eventually the bottom of, it's like the beginning to the deep end sort of like falls out a little bit, like way more drastically. And you're kind of like, if you're new to swimming or you're new to that part of the pool, you have this like, like you get this feeling like you're like, oh my God, somebody catch me. And for you, it's like you've been doing that this whole time. You don't have that gasp, that grasping for like, oh God, where am I? You've got this ability to kind of be like, yeah, this is the next part. This is what's going to happen. This is how it goes. So there's this great understanding of the process here. You're like a master at this, I want to say. So, but we have the Three of Wands as well. So obviously this is about expectation, you know something's coming. You put something out there and you're going to get it back. And so I'm seeing this and this is great. This is really good energy. So let's take a look at your synchronicity cards. These are new, but you have the Ouroboros. This is the snake eating its own tail. And so this talks about renewal, revival. It's the death rebirth cycle. It's that sort of thing. So if you're in an existing relationship, with somebody, or even just reviving your relationship in some sort of way, it looks like you'll be reviving that. So you'll be going back out there and kind of facing the world with a fresh face, basically. Like it's the first time almost. So what else do we have here? We've got goblins, throat chakra, ink pot, archway, and pale. Now I'm going to get another house here to see if maybe they connect, because what your original plan was may not be what you're manifesting. That could be something later. But I feel like I'm going to ask, is this in the same realm? So what topic is this manifestation coming in for group 2? 1, the self. Okay. So, and what's funny is because 1 is the opposite. The first house is the opposite of the 7th. So the 7th is others. The first house is self. So I think that your manifestations are actually going to be coming in like as still an answer to what you want. Like it's still an answer to your prayers. It's still what you're looking for. Because I think through this, you're manifesting something in yourself that's going to bring people in. So it's like if you have difficulty talking, and you may, because we have the throat chakra here, right? And what's interesting is goblins has something to do with negative self-talk. So I feel like you may do much better removing the negative self-talk. And this is going to be improving your ability to attract people. And what's interesting is I have 2 5s here. So are any of you life path 5s? Is that a life path? I think it is. Yeah, you can have a 5, right? I'm not too big into life path numbers, so maybe you can explain to me what a 5 is. But this is also 55. That could be relevant, or 10 is another way, or just 5 itself could be relevant as well. But, also 5th house, though, to me, this represents the 5th house perhaps. And that could be saying that this is love and romance based, but also self-expression. That's an important part of the 5th house, is self-expression. So I feel like what you're manifesting and what's coming in is a new way to express yourself. And through this, or a new way to view yourself, a new way to maybe physically express yourself. Like say you change some aspect of the way that you look or something like that. And we have, so Inkpot says problems to resolve, archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, and then pale, time to get out of a situation. So if this is an old relationship, I think that you could be getting out of it or finding the strength to leave it if that's what you've been looking for. That's not necessarily for everyone. That's only if it's like, oh yeah, I have been trying to leave. In another sense, this is saying that you're going to be leaving behind, situations in the past that held you back, or that you'll be able to remove yourself from the past if you've been hanging on to it for too long. But the problems that you have experienced with 7th house matters, finding people, they'll be resolved. So if you haven't been able to manifest people coming into your life, not manifest them. I mean, if you haven't been able to get people to come and sit with you and spend time and get to know you, that's going to be changing very, very soon. The big thing, though, is that I think that you're going to be changing your mind. You're manifesting a different way of thinking and speaking, because throat chakra is about expressing yourself, and goblins is about, saying negative things about yourself. So it's possible that you didn't have a whole lot of confidence in socializing or confidence in speaking to people. Maybe you have a little bit of social anxiety, but like, man, when you think about it, if you are this master manifester, well, you know, what do you have to be embarrassed about? You kind of have the universe in the palm of your hand, but this is your Achilles heel, is not being able to speak. I mean, so I think that you should probably get the mindset going where you're like, well, wow, I'm pretty empowered. I can pretty much do anything I want. You know, it's like if I embarrass myself speaking to someone in a social setting, then who cares? I'll just manifest it away, you know? So it's you've got this very powerful skill within you where you can use your mind and your will to change things. You know, even things as stubborn as our, you know, anxious personality traits and things like that. I'm seeing a lot of positivity on that front. So yes, I'm thinking that you're going to be manifesting a partner because you're going to be manifesting the change in yourself to get one. And I'm going to take a few more cards to get an idea for what you're manifesting. Can we get a little bit more detail on what group 2 will be manifesting? Eight of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. What else will they be manifesting? The Hierophant. A little bit more detail on this. Okay. Well, I'm seeing stability and foundations and foundational, your beliefs and things like that, because the Hierophant and 4 of Pentacles are both kind of, they're kind of Taurus-y cards, to be honest. Well, Hierophant is represented by Taurus, but 4 of Pentacles is also very Taurian as well, because there's an element of saving. There's an element of having your base, your physical foundations, you know. So, and 8 of Pentacles as well. But what's interesting is this could be coming in the form of work, perhaps. So if you're looking to manifest somebody coming in, the changes could be happening through work. You know, you yourself could become empowered. You get maybe transferred someplace else and you meet someone that way. Or this could be saying that you become very skilled at what you do, very confident. And that confidence, like maybe something really good happens at work. You get praise from someone else and you like come in and you might be teaching other people. And then maybe you're going to wind up meeting someone that way, or this person could be a student, or you could be meeting a mentor. It's going to be different for everybody. But if these things are kind of similar to the goals that you've been setting for yourself, like, oh, I want a mentor, I want a business partner, I want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a wife, husband, I want to improve my situation with my wife or husband. This can also say that you're going to be, bringing in new wisdom, knowledge to set foundations around these things. So if you are in the situation where you're with somebody, your partner may suddenly become way more willing to improve your troubles, like improve your weak spots. It's like suddenly they'll just have like a change of heart and be like, I kind of see it your way now. Yeah, let's go to therapy. Let's go work on this. This has a lot of opportunities here. So if we can sum it up though, because I did leave a lot of details, we can sum it up to this. Yes, you will be manifesting something in regards to relationships. And yes, it will be coming in through, it will be using you as the vehicle. So your self-improvement suddenly is the vehicle to this manifestation happening. So it's like you're not even doing work on yourself. You're not consciously doing the manifestation on yourself, but it's benefiting yourself as well. So if you know what I mean, it's kind of like a 2-for-1. You go for the relationship and you get the relationship and you get to better yourself and have greater amount of confidence as well. So I think that's pretty darn good. So let's take a look though for advice perhaps for the next 3 months. So this is kind of like the advice while you're waiting to continue moving forward. And we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I think that this is also a big thing here because we do have this negative self-talk and that can come from, an envious place. Like we talk down to ourselves because we see somebody next to us has more, or they're better at something, or something like that. But if you're using envy as your inspiration, that's not going to be coming from an authentic place. You're using envy as a inspirational thing. You're going to just be trying to one up someone else, or just get what they have because they appear to like it. It's not really an authentic reason to go after something. So that's basically the message here, is that you should just kind of relax. Don't worry about what everybody else has. Just realize that, you're good with what you want and what you're interested in. And, someone else may envy you. So, even though you're thinking like, man, I don't have anything, nobody envies me, there are people out there who do. So, you try to keep that perspective. There's some things that you have that you've perfected that someone would kill for. And, so you don't have to worry like you've got nothing and that you have to only envy and look up to other people, because you're perfectly secure in yourself, so there's no need for any kind of, none of this muck. So anyway, let me know how the next 3 months goes. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can contact me down in my Etsy shop. You can purchase a reading there. I have readings that start at $10. And if you're interested in, and if you'd like to subscribe, comment, or wow, that was backwards, you can do that as well if you like my content. So anyway, I'm going to move on to group 3. Thanks for watching. Hi, group 3. So this is your reading. You picked this pile. So I'm going to take a little past and present just to kind of see where you're at, and then we're going to get into the manifestations. So where is group 3 coming from with their manifestation journey? Where are they coming out of? Well, yeah, where are they coming out of for their manifestation journey? Okay, wow. Big energy, guys. Big energy. Where are they presently? The Moon. Okay. And then Judgment, and then the Page of Swords. Holy moly, guys. You are in some apocalyptic sort of crazy energy here. Really interesting. Let me just get one more thing here, and I'll tell you all about it. So, what area of life is this focusing on? Was this manifestation focusing on for group 3? What area of life is it focusing on? 7. Okay, another relationship manifestation. So this is maybe the focus here. You're looking for partnerships, business, or friendship, love, marriage, or it could be focusing on marriage partnerships. It could be whatever the case. It is focusing on others. For some of you, this can also be in maybe bringing in clients as well, because seventh house can be one-on-one connections with people. So client-based or patient-based type of activities could be a focus as well. Doesn't have to be one, could be all of them, could be one of them, but it's general reading. Just keep that in mind. So, what I'm seeing in the past here is that we've got Death, the Hermit, and the Wheel as the energy that kind of birthed this manifestation process. It's I'm seeing major endings. Like if something ended, it might have been really big. Like this is coming out of a huge change or turn of events, and it was karmic. It was you could not avoid this even if you tried. It was like a spiritual train that hit you, or a karmic train that hit you. And so and I see the Hermit here, and this was, this is you lighting your own way in a sense as well. So it's you knew that this was what you had to do, that this was the only path forward. So, because if you look, the Hermit card always has a lamp. He doesn't need the sun. He doesn't need a guide. He kind of has this stuff all under his belt. He knows where he's headed, and he can light his own way. You carry your own star. You carry your own hope. And this is what you have believed, is that, you co-create. You're one of those people that really probably believes in that co-creation thing, where I feel like manifestation is kind of co-creation, but like this is more like a you and God or divine together create one thing. Like you may, and the way I'm seeing this isn't just like, oh, it's a principle. It's like you may actually feel like you are like working together, like in a really intimate way. So you might be interested or practice, tarot, divination. Maybe you are a medium. Maybe you, I feel like you have a deeper, more close connection with these things and that you're very familiar with them. I feel like you're probably a very spiritually evolved person, gifted even, we would say. I'm just getting the sense that you're already connected. You already have the phone number of of whoever's going to help you, when it comes to spirituality. Like, who to dial, what to do. So the energy that you're in right now, though, is Judgment, Page of Swords, and the Moon. I feel like doubts crept in a little bit here. I feel like, which is so strange because you have the energy that set you off on this path seemed very clear and it may have made a lot of sense. But for some reason, the energy you're in now is sort of like a little bit confused and uncertain. It's almost like maybe judgment is here as well. It's almost like, what? I'm getting punished? Like, what? I did all this work. I have the right motivations, but why is the exact opposite happening? And I think that might be what it is the Moon, Judgment, and the Page of Swords all here together is like, you may think that like your experiment has failed. Your project has failed. Like, what the hell is going on? Everything I did is just not working out. So you're probably in a little bit less of a positive mindset. Like group 2 was like super like, yeah, I'm going to manifest this thing and yeah, I'm going to be good at it. Like, where this is like, you might have tried this great new thing. Like, you may not be as well versed here. You might be very spiritually connected and everything, but you may not have actually tried to, actually actively manifest something. You may have, or actively practice spell work or things like that. So like this could have been a first try, but it was like pivotal and super important for you to do it. So if you're here in this energy now thinking like, oh crap, maybe this was all nonsense. What the hell? This is here to show you that this was a big thing for you to do. And I'm going to have to look into why manifestations don't appear to be, appear as you want them to. I think that there is a meaning to it though. You don't just get the Moon in Judgment for no reason, So let's just take a look a little bit further here. I may have to pull extra cards than the other groups just to kind of maybe see what this is about, because that's a little interesting. Anyway, let's take a look first though. So I'm going to take these synchronicity cards. So this is what you're manifesting, by the way. So let's take a look. So these synchronicity cards are interesting because you have to kind of like pick cards out, not pick them out, like you shuffle them and they fall. And then each of them may have some kind of connection to each other. So we've got the wings and then we got the wings here. So the wings in this sense are like freedom, escape, flying away from a situation or being able to fly above it. There is this ability to ascend, basically. So like you may be ascending from this. So if you've been trying to manifest something very specific, it may be like you're going to get more than that. That's just the thought I'm having at this moment. But we have stand your ground. We have, this is your advice for later. We have magical map shifter. And this one was interesting as well. It came out reversed, but I felt like I should take it upright. And then we also had success, affairs with your family tree, and then wreath, sorrow over a loss. So I really think that this is a fighting spirit. So your manifestation for the specific thing may not be coming in the 3 months, right? However, developments will happen in the next 3 months for that specific thing. So you're manifesting like the halfway check mark So improvements are coming, but it's going to be a little different because this may be a big ask, this may be like overriding your karma, or this is, might be, going up against, you might be swimming upstream in a way. But, so we have this stand your ground card, and I kind of want to look at this is the 7 of Wands, right? But this one also, I kind of want to look at this one real quick. I'm going to look at this first, because I'm not totally familiar with this deck to the point where I've memorized the meanings of them. Oracle cards are all different, so you can't just like sit down and learn them all. So this is Magical Map Shifter, and it says Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. So this is important to note here because this isn't on your timeline. And I think that's why you're in this energy here. Like, my experiment failed. What the hell? Maybe I'm being punished. Maybe this isn't just, maybe I'm just not, maybe this isn't meant for me or something like that. So you might be kind of thinking that this is going to happen to you, that maybe you're just forsaken, but it says upright. So when the Magical Map Shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty into a place of safety and success. Success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The Magical Map Shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. It's coming, guys. It's coming. It's a big ask. You may be in a pretty stubborn situation, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that there is, blockages or delays. And this can be an astrological thing, by the way. That's what I tell people. If you're feeling stuck, you could get an astrology, get an astrology reading with me. I have them on my Etsy shop, and I can tell you when stuff will start to get easier. I can tell you when things will stop being stuck, because this sounds like a force higher than yourself, and forces higher than ourselves is often an astrological transit, and that's the story of your soul, and sometimes things are blocked for a reason. Sometimes things have to be slowed down so that something else can catch up. You might have been moving too fast, and maybe your path is meant to collide in some way with someone else's, and it was just delayed. It was just super delayed. And especially if we're looking at 7th house matters here. But let me check actually if this is going to be the manifestation you were looking for. What area of life is this manifestation coming in the next 3 months? 7. Okay. That's nice. So 7 is 7th house is it. So if you're asking about a person, a partner, a friend, a family member, clients, not colleagues. Who cares about colleagues? Clients or patients or, one-on-one customers. This is going to come in. This will be coming in. It's exactly what you're manifesting is exactly what you're going to get, or exactly what you asked for. But like I said, it's delays. It's for sure delays. And I'm seeing this as well in the advice. The advice is worry, right? It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And that's the big thing is this is, you might want to watch what I was saying about group 2, because I was like, you guys are master manifestors. And I was telling them that they're kind of the set it and forget it types. And I think that when we're talking about spell work or we're talking about manifestation, set it and forget it is like the best way. Because if you ruminate too much on something, you're going to be very aware at what's not happening. Your mind moves a lot faster than the world is going to, move basically. And this kind of brings up a little bit of my theories on on how, we'll say, how the spirit world works. This is how I say divination works, is when you ask, say you ask God for an answer, or you ask angels, guides, or whoever, you ask for an answer, right? And if you don't have a tool or anything like that, they're going to have to do it on their terms, right? They're going to have to make the perfect conditions for the bush to get lit on fire so that they can, give you the answer, or they have to manifest the ducks flying in the exact, shape that they got to fly in order for you to get the picture. Or it's like you have to see the rainbow on that day. But think of all the things that have to come together to make that stuff arrive for you. So it's not just divination, but it's like anything, you have to wait for the right conditions to arrive. Because you're not creating things out of nothing. You're pushing energies around, basically. So it's like when you ask for a romantic partner, you're not just gonna make them pop out of thin air somewhere. They've got to grow up. They've got to go through life. They got to go through college. They got to go through awkward phases. They have to fail, succeed, and then eventually you guys meet. But you can't force this to happen faster than it can, you have to be reasonable. We're talking about magic here. We have to be reasonable because you do live in a 3-dimensional world, or is it technically 4 dimensions? I think so. Anyway, but you live in a physical world with physical obstacles and other people exerting their forces and wills onto things as well. And, so you got a lot of stuff to contend with. You're not going to fail, though. You're not going to lose. You will get what you want, because the beauty of this is seven of wands, right? This means that in a predictive sense too, and I can cite the book. Go to Eden Gray's book on tarot. It says that with the right effort, you will succeed. This seems tough, and it seems like you want to back down. But with the right effort, the right faith in yourself, and it says, victory is assured. Success is assured. It's not a maybe. It's there. It's yours. It's in the bag. It's just not going to happen instantly because, sadly, we're all fleshy people walking around in like a meat suit, and, we can't just, work with pure energy. We have limitations. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Just know worry is not going to help you. It says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change the outcome, and that's true. And that's the thing. Another thing, though, that you can see with this, there's 2 ways, is that, worrying isn't going to make it better. Worrying isn't going to help. But also, this might be telling you that worry is not going to sabotage this either. That's a big thing, is that, and there is argument amongst these, the spiritual community on whether or not your worries and doubts affects how these things manifest, right? But I've heard from several other people that worries and doubts are not going to create a failure, because worries and doubts are superficial, basically. But your motivation, intent, and desires are way more solid, in my opinion. And so, don't sit there and be like, I'm worried about worrying. Oh my God, my worrying is ruining everything. Oh, all of my manifestations are blah, 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 blah. I think, so I don't want you to be stuck in the situation where you're worrying all the time, because that's not healthy. But I also don't want you to worry that worrying is going to ruin it either. And I think that's an important thing. And I also, by freeing yourself of that responsibility, and that's why you need to release the outcome as well. It releases the worry as well. Because, like if you kind of set this aside, be like, okay, set it and forget it. I don't even care what happens. I'm going to just, move on. And if it shows up, it shows up. That might be a better approach, honestly. But that's your reading, group 3. If you want a private reading with me, you can contact me down in my Etsy shop. You can buy a reading. I have readings starting at $10 there. So if you're interested, please feel free to pick up a reading with me. And if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.